Hello everyone, welcome back to Spinning Iris. Let's talk about Nora Roberts' Irish Hearts. Now what's fun about this little collection is it contains Nora Roberts' very first novel. Dear reader, even an author of over 100 novels never forgets her first book. That's why the publication of Irish Hearts, which includes my very first book, Irish Thoroughbred, together with the sequel, Irish Rose, is such an exciting event for me. Her very first novel and its sequel. The first novel is called, again, Irish Thoroughbred. The sequel is titled Irish Rose. And this collection was released before, probably just slightly before, the publication of the third novel in this little family trilogy called Irish Rebel, which I'm not sure if I have. And apparently the main character in that novel is the daughter of the main character from the first novel. What's really cool is just seeing how much of a difference, how many years? Oh, the difference 7 years makes in a writer's abilities. This is the first novel here, Irish Thoroughbred, and this is Irish Rose. Yeah, it's so funny. I just kind of, on a whim, decided to read it. I had to remind myself many times, it's 1981, it's 1981, there's no cell phones, 1981. No internet, no cell phones. Even some of the romantic tropes in there, it's very, I guess, old-fashioned? Not old-fashioned. Retro? No. Just, those old romantic tropes. In the first one we have Adelia Canaan, who's coming to America to live with her uncle who works on a horse ranch. Is that what it's called? Is that the proper terminology? A horse farm. Okay. Where she kind of has an awkward introduction to her love interest, one Travis Grant, the owner of the horse farm. Quite awkward. I won't spoil anything. Nora Roberts has such a way with characters. Adelia Canaan. Her hot temper set the heart of Travis Grant aflame. Now the proud, powerful owner of Royal Meadows Horse Farm resolved to make this wild Irish thoroughbred his own. And he goes about it in probably not the best ways. What's really interesting, though, is the lack of love scenes in this. There's a lot of kissing, some heavy kissing. And it's just this build up until they finally come together, which is very near the end. And then again, it's not very descriptive, not what I'm used to reading from Nora Roberts, which is not exactly explicit to begin with, but still, it describes the passion, the emotion, the feelings, what the characters are going through as they're connecting. It's just this very interesting slow burn. Kind of wondering if she was kind of holding back to just see what she could, get away with. It's 1981. So what book says? Through Harlequin. So it's, not erotica. It's romance. But it does change up a little bit when we get into Irish Rose. Again, got some even more passionate and hard-headed individuals coming together. And their first romantic interactions, holy buckets. Like I said, what a difference 7 years makes. Because we don't have to wait until the end for that romance, but what we do get, in addition to the extra bit of romance, we get a little bit of outside tension, a little bit of a mystery. It's a tiny mystery. Nothing too mentally taxing. what was kind of fascinating for me was kind of seeing hints of her in-death character, Rourke, and even a little bit of Eve, kind of in Irish Rose. It's kind of interesting. Just kind of seeing like these prototype ideas kind of running their way through these characters who don't talk to each other like they probably should. Give you an idea of Irish Rose. Erin McKinnon was Adelia's cousin. A bold beauty, she accepted Burke Logan's loveless proposal and his cool promise of security and wealth. But could this ravishing Irish Rose win her hard-hearted husband's love? Now that I look at it, that's not exactly right. But we also get a different, some different perspective in Irish Rose. With Irish Thoroughbred, we get it all from Adelia's side. With Irish Rose, we get it mostly from Erin's side, but we do get quite a bit from Burke's side as well. So we do have an idea that he is more interested than she realizes, and she is more interested than he realizes, and these two characters don't talk to each other, and it's not entirely, it's teeny bit frustrating. But again, he has quite an interesting backstory, and again, it reminds me so much of Rourke and sort of the build-up of this character, and even a little bit of Erin. She kind of reminds me of Rourke too, that fiery Irish temper. And with Burke's, we're married, it's our money, not my money, we're doing this together. But yeah, quite a nice light read after all the heavy stuff I was reading before with Ceremony and Sing Unburied Sing. It was kind of nice reading this kind of in between to lighten the mood in my brain, and kind of in between and afterwards. It's nice to balance the heavy with the not quite so heavy. Quite some enjoyable characters. Kind of an interesting moment in Irish Thoroughbred with Adelia's uncle. Well, tiny spoiler. He has a heart attack, and when I first read that, I was like, is this some weird way of him to get these two characters who are sort of circling each other to finally come together, because he said it would make this old man's heart happy if you two would be married before I die. I was like, is he putting on a show? But he's not putting on a show. It is the sort of thing that you kind of see in an old black and white movie. But no, it's a couple of sweet stories. If romance isn't your thing, then that's perfectly fine. But if you're willing to give Irish Hearts a try, it's well worth reading. I just need to figure out if I have Irish Rebel. I don't think I do. If I end up with 2 copies, that's okay too. Alright, that's all I have for now. Hope you liked this video. Take care. Bye-bye.